Beerzerker coming at you with another beer review from Big Rock. So this is Big Rock Brewery of Calgary, Alberta. This is their Saaz Republic Pilz. So this is a 4.9% alcohol. It is supposed to be a Pilsner. Okay, and the Saaz is a hop variety, Pilsner style hop. So we can only assume that that was the hop used, right? Is the Saaz. The answer lies in the Czech genuine Czech hops combined with Alberta malts, plural. Dedication and pride, like European style Pilsner, golden yellow body, sports a dense white head. So, okay. There's the head. Okay, head shot. Here's the color. See? Alright. Head rapidly disappearing. Scent on this one. I think this is the hop they use in Molson's Old Style Pilsner. Pretty sure. Or something like it. That's what this tastes like. Old Style Pilsner from Molson. I just reviewed it like last week. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm tasting corn in here. Maybe I'm wrong. See the head? It says supports a dense white head. It's not really supporting much. In fact, it's rapidly disappearing. And I'm seeing through it now in the middle. The hops are there, but it's I don't know how to describe it. You're getting a lot of the hops in the finish, and they are okay, but it's not really agreeing with the malt body. In fact, like if you look at the color, it's sure it's yellow, but it's a little bit too yellow, and the head is gone. You know, like I want a lace kind of thing, but it's not going. It's gonna see, it's gonna rinse clear, more than likely. It's got a lot of sweetness. Um, I don't know. It's just a weird bitterness to it, and then it does taste like a pilsner. It does, like Pilsner Urquell would be maybe your go-to reference. It does have a little bit of the earthiness. The hops definitely are in alignment. The color is almost, I say it's a little too yellow for me. Like from my side, it's beaming yellow when the light. I don't know if I can get that. It's really glowing. The sweetness is quite sweet, and I'm going to go right out and accuse it of being an adjunct lager. In fact, I would prefer Old Style Pilsner, especially for the price. Old Style Pil has a way better head. And I'm getting used to it now, but it's not a Czech Pilsner. It's not the same. It's not as good. It's not. I mean, I could name a golden pheasant would just like annihilate this. Urkel, of course, and even with a Czechvar. I'd even rather have a Czechvar than this, and that's not saying too much for this. Like a Czechvar tastes more authentic to me. Um, there's a ton. The Zweich, the Polish one. I think that's a better Pilsner. Way better. And in most of those European beers, I don't know if they technically say Pilsner on the bottle, but they're more Pilsner, like low and brow. Pilsner soft water, Pilsner malt, and I guess you're supposed to have a Pilsner hop. But when you throw corn in there, that kind of trumps the hop selection or whatever. I'd rather have them using a little bit outside hop than an outside malt. I'm not saying it's corn. It's a damn sweet. It's really sweet. Um, and I'm not getting the straight nice barley aroma that I want out of here. I'm getting kind of a. It does have a lot of. It's like 80% Pilsner, but I'm getting like 20% bullshit in here. You see, like it's just not. There's no white head to speak of. You know. It's getting better. Like the hops are pretty good in it, but the body of the beer itself, I'm not getting. There's nothing to talk about. That's just just disappointment. Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather drink a Czech Var. I'm gonna give this one a. Let's see now. What's it worth? I really like the bottle. I think that's a really nice bottle. Um, but that it's a pop top. It's not a twist off. Um, 330 ml though. It's kind of a bummer because you're getting less beer in your bottles, even though they're shaped nice. But you notice that the shape comes inwards, not outwards. So that's kind of a negative. And then I don't think it's pure barley. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is, but I'm like, it doesn't say on there. It should say pure barley. I mean, let that be a lesson to everyone who brews beer, makes beer. Not that hardly anyone watches this, but put pure barley on there like the Germans do. The German purity law. Say that it's pure barley, then there's no mystery. Because that to me, I don't know. I'm 90% certain there's got to be some corn in there because it's ruining the flavor of the beer. Aside from the hops are okay. It's the malts that are ruining this for me. And the fact that if there's supposed to be all these flippin' hops in here, how come there's no head? It's the hop oils in the residue that helps maintain the head. So if there's all these bloody hops in here, how come there's no head? How come they're bragging about the head on the bottle when there's no head? It just makes me. I think for what I paid for this, which was I got the receipt here. Um, $13.59 for 6 beers, and then that's before deposit. So I got 60% deposit on top of that. So $14 for 6 beers, which is over $2 a beer, and that's okay. But I mean, I'd rather buy old style pill if I'm gonna buy a adjunct um, phony pilsner. I like that one better. I'd rather buy. So it was a nice experience, but I think that they could have just made it a little bit better, and it would have been a proper. Because I'll never buy this again. And I've been avoiding it. I've been walking past it for like a year, And I said, well, I'm gonna finally, I'm gonna try it because I tried everything else there. So I'm like, oh, I'll try this one, and it's worse than I thought it would be. So, um, honestly, I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 11. Maybe it's a halfway beer, so maybe like 5 1/4 or whatever to make it a halfway beer. But I'm burping up corn, and that's not cool for a pilsner. I don't think you're supposed to have corn in a pilsner. That's bullshit. And at least old style pill from Molson, you're expecting that, and it's way cheaper, so it tastes better. And so like 5 1/4 out of 11. It's a beer they need to stop making, and or at least remove the corn because they blew it. That could have been a great deal. I mean, there's not very many craft lagers around, and they could have turned that into a real kick-ass. Instead, they just make it so people that are trying to step outside into the craft brewery scene go right back to the Molson, which they should if if that's the type of lager they're gonna get. Bullshit. It's a halfway beer. I can drink it, and I'll never bud again. That's about all.